Well, hey, B. It's Jamie, that's me here. And welcome back to the channel, honey. And welcome back to some more reviews on Ready to Love, girl. Bell Collective, honey, and Love and Marriage Huntsville as well. But let's go ahead and get into Ready to Love. Before we really get started on this new season, girl, I guess it's a congratulations to Clifton and Joy from what the previous season or the season before that or whatever, girl, because they ended up getting engaged on local television. Okay. So I suppose, girl, congratulations to them, honey. Okay. Jordan secured her man. All right. So I guess people was ready to love. All right. So congrats to them, girl. Let's go ahead and let's see keep going. Y'all know what else I thought was interesting when I think about this current season? Swayze and Kadeen, and please forgive me if I'm saying her name wrong, but Swayze and Miss K, they are definitely in a real relationship. Okay, this girl got this man all over her page. Like they go together real bad. Okay, that's what it was given when I tiptoed over there to her social media, honey. But let's go ahead and keep going. So this week it's the guys' turn to eliminate. All right, they're going to eliminate the ladies. Now, this week they will be introducing their strongest connection to the people that keep it real the most in their life. Okay, majority of those people brought along their exes. LJ, I'm sure you wish that you would have never brought along your motherfucking ex. Okay, we gonna talk about you, LJ, baby. We are. Give me 1 second. Okay, audio is looking good. Let us continue to pray that it stays that way. Okay, so Randall brings his ex to meet Kayla, Trinica, and Jamala. Now his ex says that they dated back in 2014, and she don't know why they dated because they never should have dated, right? So I'm like, but you ain't really tell us why y'all broke up either. Like, what was so really what was the really going on, but anyway, so Kayla speaks on her goals because that was one of the questions, like, what are your goals? And Kayla speaks on her goals. Okay, her goal is to be an entrepreneur, but to have somebody that's going to be understanding to that, be by her side, support her through that, and grow through all of that, right? Whereas Jamala answered the question, and she gonna sit up there talking about some, I think that I could be a resource, a support system and a friend to him. Yeah, and I'm looking at her like, girl, that's not what the question was. So when Kayla got in the confessional and said, Jamala sit over here giving us answers as though he's a prize and you have to win. Like, yeah, she had like this a motherfucking pageant. And I'm just like, yes, Kayla, we see each other. Cause I was confused, like, girl, you didn't even answer the question. But what topped it for me that I loved was the fact that Randall's ex caught that as well. His ex was like, what the fuck? Like, girl, I'm asking you about your goals, and you over here telling me what you could be for him. That's not adding up. And she pretty much said, I don't think you need to be with a woman that's going to be all about you all the time. Like, have some of your own life as well. So when it came down to the ladies that stood out to her, it was primarily Miss Kayla that stood out to her. Even though Kayla and Trinica wish that Randall would communicate with them more than what he doing, that's because Jamala be over there taking up all his time. But Jamala can't take up no time that he ain't gonna allow her to take up. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't really understand the connection between Jamala and Randall. But maybe that's because they don't really show us that. I don't know. They just don't seem like they fit. Randall to me strikes me as a person that's very outgoing, whereas Jamala doesn't strike me as an outgoing person. You know what I'm saying? She strikes me, I'm not going to say a stuck up person, but lack of a better word is what I'll say. You know, is that uptight. She gives me an uptight individual. You know what I'm saying? Very picky. And no, I don't want to do that. No, but where can we do? Not really outgoing that much to me at all. But anyway, it was what it was. His ex likes Kayla, and we'll see how he's going to move forward and actually try to pursue her with that. Okay. So let's keep going. So Mike brings Jerlonda. Okay. First of all, y'all, I don't know why y'all got Mike on this show, but girl, let me shut the hell up because girl, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying, girl? So if that lady like that man, let that lady like that man. I don't see what nobody seeing him for real, girl. But I mean, like, if that's what they like, I mean, I guess. I mean, but let's see. So he brings along Jerlonda, all right, to meet Kayla and Brandy. So Brandy speaks on their connection being strong because Mike wants to snatch her up. That's what he told her. I want to snatch you up. And you could tell Kayla was bothered. But one thing about Kayla, I be feeling like Kayla just be bothered by any competition to me. Okay, she just be bothered, and I'm like, girl, is it that you bothered by the competition, or is you bothered by how the guys be trying to make it seem like they into you, but they really be more into somebody else? Which one is it? But then also understanding the process that you're in right now, so Girl, whatever. Meanwhile, Kayla isn't getting the same energy from Mike, even though Mike over there telling Brandy, I'm trying to snatch you up. All right. What we also learned is that Mike and Brandy actually talk to each other damn near every day. You know what I'm saying? They talk to each other damn near every day. So to Brandy, that's her mother NIGGA, if you ask me. Okay, so there's that. Samson brings his ex-girlfriend to meet Sharice, Looney, and Brandy. I was confused as to why Brandy is there. There is a no fucking connection between Samson and Brandy. Again, I repeat, America, there is no fucking connection between Brandy and Samson. What the hell is we doing? Okay, what the hell is we doing? All right. So anyway, Sharice, I don't even know what the ex-girlfriend asked, but Sharice just raised her hand very high. And was like, "Girl, listen, I'm ready to fight, okay, for his life." Like she's ready to fight. And Looney had me hollering in the confessional. Okay, she's like, "I don't really know what's going on. Um, I'm feeling very uncomfortable. Like, what is this that's really happening?" Girl, I was over there tickled as hell. So Looney just like, first of all, BIT, I'm like, girl, I'm Looney. Looney is me. I ain't gonna fight for no motherfucking body, girl. Okay. He needs to know what it is that he trying, like, girl, like, what is it? Like, is you trying to make a move or you ain't trying to make a, like, what are we trying to do over here? Okay. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight for his love. I wanna see where this can go and this and that. I'm like, girl, if anything, he need to be fighting for your love because I feel like you just as much of a prize as he is. Like, I guess. Anyway, so Brandy over there lying, girl, about that connection. And she didn't like that he was out here giving gifts to everybody else. And I'm sitting over here like the audacity of you to be sitting up here talking about he giving gifts to this woman, that woman, that woman, this woman, that. First of all, he not your. Let's talk about that. He's not your NIGGA for him to only give gifts to just you. He's dating. This is a process. He can give gifts to whoever the hell he wants to. Hell, you barely getting that from Mike. You barely getting that from Mike, and you have the audacity to be over here judging and nitpicking at what the hell Samson doing. Girl, sit down. Girl, with your tired ass interest in Mike. Girl, I can't. Anyway, I'm like, girl, stop. Okay, let's keep going. So the ladies want Samson to get deep because he isn't always deep with them. At the end of the date, the ex realizes that she likes Sharice more. I feel like she really likes Sharice more because obviously Sharice is a more older woman than everybody else. So I feel like that's why she liked Sharice. I feel like when it came to the age situation, she thought that Sharice was more up there. I mean, I thought she probably would have at least said Looney was a good match, but Brandy, I felt her on that Brandy thing. She was like, girl, no, this right here. That ain't it. I don't know why you brought this motherfucking girl here to meet me. And you already knew that shit before you brought me here, didn't it? Nah, don't play with me. You knew what was going on. But with Looney, I can't really read her, is what she said. And I said, I guess you can't read her. It is what it is. But you mean to tell me in that small amount of time you read enough of Sharice to know that she was a better match? Girl, let me keep going. Anyway, so Swayze done brought his friend Ish along to meet with Miss K. And what else happened? Yeah, he brought his friend along to meet with Kay. And what else? Oh yeah, he said that he was mad at her. He didn't like the fact that she didn't protect him or stand up for him when he was sitting down with her friend last week. So he didn't like that. So anyway, they ended up speaking on how Swayze needs to work on his communication. Miss K feels like he typically shuts down or something like that, where she don't really shut down. Like he just get real quiet or whatever like that. And she don't like that. So he has to work on that. So they had their whole conversation. All right. It was what it was. LJ, let's get to LJ because was like the more important date out of everybody for me. So LJ lets everybody meet his ex. At least the people he had meet his ex was Trinika and Looney. Trinika gets there first, and he and his ex, we learned based on Trinika asking questions right out the gate, honey, wasting no time. We learned that he and his ex recently broke up earlier in the year. I said, not y'all breaking up earlier in the year, and you have the audacity to bring this woman onto this platform to ask questions. Do you know the question was for? See, that's where it makes me confused. Because a lot of them brought exes. So did the producers really tell them to bring along their most recent ex? Whereas Tommy sitting up here telling y'all to bring along the person that keeps it real the most. Now I do understand LJ ain't got no family or whatever down there in Miami, but you should at least have some friends that's gonna be able to come up here, sit down, and talk to these motherfucking ladies. Okay, so y'all must got y'all wires crossed or something, and gonna bring all these exes up here. He gonna bring literally his most recent ex, the ex that he had just broke up with that year, and the ex he had still been having sex with a month prior to coming on this motherfucking show. Girl, I can't actually. was about humping on the girl while he was on the show. But you out here saying that you ready for love. So then when Looney gets there, of course, Trinica lets her know what's really going on. So Looney's like, okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's have a conversation about that. So let's get into it. So they having conversations, or whatever, and the girl busts out and say that she still love LJ. I said, girl, ain't this some bullshit? And then LJ didn't want to answer the question. I felt like you brought this girl on this show to make her look like a fool. That's what you did. You brought her on this show to make her feel away about you moving on with somebody else. Like, LJ, you really ain't SHI no matter how much you be trying to lead on with this little sweet guy mentality or whatever you be out here doing in these streets or whatever, honey. You know what I'm saying? What else with Mr. LJ? I just feel like that was messed up that you still messing with this girl, but you trying to embark on a new relationship. They ask you if you love her, you ain't trying to answer that. You over there talking about you trying to find some love that you can, move forward with and grow with and actually have a future with. And I'm sitting over here looking at Miss Ma'am sitting at the table like, girl, if that's not a clear indicator for you to know that this NIGGA ain't with you like that, I don't know what to tell you, girl. Close your legs to that man. Close your legs to that man. Okay, so Mike, LJ, Sharice, and Kaden all link up. And Kaden starts asking a lot of questions to Mike. And it seems like he didn't really like the fact that she was asking a lot of questions because he don't want to answer a lot of questions. But I feel like the questions Kaden was asking wasn't anything bad. And I feel like when Kaden was asking him those questions, she probably felt like they had that type of relationship for her to be able to ask those type of questions. And that's probably just who she is. And everybody been cool with it for the most part because she was out here defending your dog as well. She was defending you at one point, right? So she probably felt like I could ask you all these questions, and then now all of a sudden it's becoming a problem for you, for her to just ask these questions. So Mike basically tells her that she's doing too much. And I think he asked Sharice like what she thought, and then Sharice jumped in and was like, "Yeah, I feel like she does do this, that, and the other because she did it to me," and that's what sparked the argument between Sharice and Kaden. Okay. Kaden tells her, listen, I'm not here to make friends. And Sharice was like, oh, you not? Well, then why you sat up here and text me? Because what you said was if we don't meet love, at least we met each other and you was glad of that. Now, see, my question is this, Sharice, did she send that directly to you in a text message or did she send that by way of a group message, letting everybody know, listen, if we don't find us no guys here, then at least, at the least we all found each other or whatever, some chicks we can hang out with, whatever. Now that does make you look foolish at the end of the day still, Kaden, because you sat up here and said you ain't looking for friends, but you over here sending that message. But then she turned back around and said, girl, I didn't mean it. I could see that. I could see you being fake as hell. Definitely can see that. So she said, oh, I didn't mean it. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to build connections with people. I'm not here to make no friends. Oh, okay then. So anyway, what else? So Sharice brings up Kaden talking about the guys and how ain't none of the guys out here got money. And then Kaden says that she didn't do it, but then she turned around and tells Sharice, well, I mean, you did the same thing. And I'm like, oh, so you confirm it. So which one is it? Because it sounds like you was debunking that you said that, but then it turns around, it sounds like you're confirming it by bringing up what Sharice too said in the conversation as well. Well, you said you was over there talking about Samson's car. You talking about Samson's car. So I mean, you was doing it too. And I'm just looking at the screen like both of y'all hoes lame. Like both of y'all lame. And that's just what it is. When I see this conversation, y'all both lame. Sharice, you been lame for me. Okay, girl, you been lame. And some part of me does not feel bad that Kaden was on her ass a little bit or not feeling a way about her because of how she treated the very first woman that was up there when they first came on the show. And both of them ended up being in elimination, and she didn't like how that lady talked and how loud she was and all this and that. You was judging that lady right out the gate and you didn't even know her. So you don't get no sympathy from me for how Kaden over there dragging your ass or whatever the case may be between y'all. You really don't. Okay. So you been lame from day one for me. Okay. But the conversation y'all going back and forth, you was over here saying none of these men got money, and you was over here, that made you very much so lame, Miss K. All right. So there's that. Let's go ahead and keep going. Then Sharice goes to the bed and tell this lady she sounds as ignorant or something like that. She says, you're as ignorant as you look. And I say that would apply to you too. But that's just what I think. Okay. Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. So anyway, Mike was glad, in my opinion, that the ladies went at it because with them going back and forth with each other, it allows some of the heat to not be on him for Kaden to continue to ask him questions and stuff. So all LJ and Mike really did was sit up there and watch the ladies go back and forth and kind of chuckle and laugh and all this other stuff. So I'm like, okay then, girl. Anyway, that's why y'all had them meet up so these two ladies could really go at it because that's gonna be the only energy y'all or the action or quote unquote drama y'all gonna get for the show, girl. Let's move on. So the guys link up. At the end of the day, they made a final decision, and the decision was for Trinika and for Looney to be up for elimination. When it came down to it, Trinika came there all mad, feeling away like she just knew she was gonna go home and whoop de whoop de whoop. I wished she would have went home because Trinika is boring to me. Boring to me. But Looney was the one they ended up sending home. I guess they felt like Looney was too much of a jokester or whatever like that. So they sent her home. And it's so funny how, in my opinion, when it came down to it, they sent her home faster than this. But when it came to motherfucking justice, y'all continue to sit up there and keep that man around and let him play in y'all damn face. Girl, y'all better start doing these NIGGAs how they be doing. Y'all don't be giving these folks no motherfucking grace. Getting them the hell up off the table. Okay, but that's just what I think. I feel like if they probably would have brought Looney to the cabin, maybe it would have been a bit different. Or wherever the little trip they finna go to, the beach house, wherever. Maybe it would have been a little different. But they kept Trinika as much as I would have rather have seen her go home. I guess it made sense because maybe Trinika got more options. I feel like who was her options? What, LJ and Randall? And I feel like LJ is one of Looney's options and then Samson. So I mean, and I should have knew based on how they did it that Samson was going to be the one to send Looney home. And the reason why I say that is because they knew that he was going to be gentle with how he sent her home versus how Mike would have been had he sent Trinika home. But anyway, girl, there's that. All right. And then when Mike told her that she wasn't eliminated, Trinika jumps up on him in her short dress and wraps her legs around him. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing that for. I hope you jumping up and down to remain on the show so you can continue to get a little bit of airtime and get you a little bit of a coin because not many of these dudes are catch up here. But let me keep going. Okay. So there's that, honey. That's all that I got on Ready to Love.